There we go. Got it. So, good morning. And, it was amazing to watch the governing board meeting, as I don't believe that the superintendent thought that they were going to let him go, but they did. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to share some information with you, and I want you to all understand how we all have access to this same information. And it really depends on if you've ever done it before. So, have you ever looked at the data? I can't write on here. Let me see. Oh, yes, I can. Have. That's a question. I can post it. Now I'm going to get ready to go back to the original file so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So let me see. Sharing the screen. That one. Got to get back onto my page. Desktop. It's just so crazy. You get here and you don't know how to go. Oh, I got to just move it then. Okay, that's how I can do it. And I was sharing the screen, so let me just shrink that one and shrink that one. That's crazy. So here we are. Okay, so this is the civil rights data that was just reported, 2017, 2018 civil rights data. And so what you do is you go right here. You want to go to suspension expulsions right down here at the bottom. I'm clicking it. Now, this is the Nevada's information. And I just want you to look at all these zeros all the way across the board. And when you look up here, I got to go slower so you can see. There we go. Students without disabilities. Students who receive an expulsion with educational services, but you don't see anybody here. But when they do start putting something in, you come all the way back over here, Nevada Connections Academy. Is that the one? It's fourth one down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no, Nevada Virtual Academy. They said they had 100% of white people. Do you see that? 100% white. Let's go see down. I mean, it's not funny, but you got to know people take care of their own. But when it comes to everybody else, look at the Black people over here. The Black people don't have nobody, but the white people say that they have 100% white people. And they were suspended without disabilities. I don't know. An expulsion without educational services, but they don't talk about anybody else. And they were all males. See that? 100%. No females. But when you start understanding that this is a requirement for the receipt of the federal dollars, that you just need to be concerned because somebody's not doing a job. I mean, they ain't doing a job. You get me? And so when I was alarmed to understand that this is how Nevada just reported their data. But when it comes to Black children, here's the Black line. So you got 33% here at this school right here. And then you go down and let me see if we can find some more Negroes. There's 0% no Negroes in none of these schools. Apparently, oh, 100% right here. What is that? Come all the way across. Basic Academy of International Studies High School got 100% Negroes over there. They even got 100% white folks. But I'm not going to go further because I don't want to lose my train of thought. And then you go over here. This is interesting, but I just want you guys to understand we have to go back to the Black category. What number was Black? Black children were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 column down, and you just go down and keep going down until you find out where they're reporting the Negroes. Well, this Woodbury Middle School, they have a few Negroes there. And then they got some over here too. But then let's keep going down because, people have jacuzzis and people have houses, huge houses, and they drive nice, fine cars. And then your children are forced to go to public school for 12 years or more. And they don't have to talk about what they're doing for you. And I think that that's just wrong. So, the board thanked the people who helped to help them make a decision. And I was one of those people because I just want to know what's going on with this data, because that's the superintendent's only job, is to bring you the data so you can make a decision that would benefit you and your family. It's so unfortunate that I haven't seen that yet. So, oh, well, here's 62% of our children. But most of these schools were told that they didn't have to provide any information, and therefore they didn't. So let's get out of the suspension and expulsion. Well, maybe we should keep going down till we can get to an end. Is there an end? No. Some of these, look, White Plains County, they don't have to do anything. And nobody else did anything up in here. All these schools, and they don't have to report not one piece of information. And that's just real. So what should we say here? What is happening in America where we as American people, as soon as you get out of high school, you're going to have to start paying some taxes, boo. And this money, but what's so disturbing, and it's disturbing to me, and maybe it's not disturbing to you, to hear all of the wonderful Black entertainers coming to Vegas. And Black people really here can't afford to visit and enjoy because they haven't been educated. So many have not been educated to the level or even have the ability to benefit. And there is no reparations for them because simply if they've been deemed special ed, they are broken because they don't feel that they are citizens. They do not vote and they do not pay taxes because they do not work. But everybody, and when COVID hit, got some of that CARES money. The disabled people, the special needs people, everybody got some of that money, except for the people who thought that they didn't qualify for it. Now they put an end date on the tool, but you could still file your 2020 taxes and then receive that money. Even if you didn't make any money, you just say, I didn't make any money, 000. I didn't work, 000. And file your taxes so you can be claimed as a citizen. And then make sure you vote, goddammit, because the vote is your understanding that you understand this shit that's going on. And quite frankly, I don't look, there's another Black category, 60%, 50%. I don't know what the category is for, but they're over there. They're claiming some of the Negroes, 100%. Let's see what it's for. I don't want to lose the line, 2575, 2575. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There's some numbers in that column. 100%, 100%, 100%. That doesn't make any sense because there are all these zeros too. What is this going on? Oh, it's Academy. It's one of these state-sponsored charter schools. And they have some Negroes that they're claiming. Well, let's go to another. Arrest and referral, shall we? This should be interesting considering there should be lots of data about arrest and referrals so the community can understand why we're paying these people all this money, because they have retirement and they might even have a jacuzzi. But let's just look, shall we? Here we are at this lane. And look, I'm going to make it big so you can at least see some of this. These are all state-sponsored charter schools. And look over here where they have the data. They don't have no data. I mean, really. Look, they just don't have any data. I was concerned that in 2021, people would feel that they're part of the United States of America, and yet they're not obligated to follow any rules. Boo. This is what technology brings, an understanding of just who we are. Clark County School District, well, all those children have been, look, who's claiming them? 52% of those children, but do they have the colors of the children up here? Let's go to the black line. Look, Negros. Not many people are counting you. North Las Vegas, 100% black folks. Let's see who else counting. Oh, another 100%. Who's that? Democracy Prep. This one, 100% Negroes. No, did anybody get over? Because I was wondering how we got that 259% of behavioral issues. But these are the arrest rates. Oh, please, somebody help me, because who else is getting arrested? I just see the Negroes getting arrested. Well, maybe somebody else. Who is this? They getting picked on too. That's just, hey, it doesn't matter. Poor white people. I'm so sorry, but you're in the category. And now you understand. When they talk about compliance, they're talking about you too. Please be compliant. All right. So we had a little look at this, but this is public information. So let's just arrest rates and referrals. I don't know what's happening here. Do you know what's happening here when they wouldn't put the information in 2021? Oh, incidents of violence, another data category. And we don't have to worry about anything here because they didn't have any incidents of violence. At least one school claimed 26 incidents. Where is that? And you go all the way across and you keep going. Beacon Academy. They are the only ones that reported that data. It was a physical attack without a weapon, but they had 26 of them. But somebody else. But look at all the people who said they didn't have no incidents of violence. I mean, look at all those zeros. Can y'all understand? What I'm trying to tell you is that we live in one nation. Don't you hear it when you say the Pledge of Allegiance? I say it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of these United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, this is not justice when people would feel that they don't have to report what they're doing, because this is incidents of violence. Let's see the top of numbers of incidents of violence. Do you see that? But nobody's reporting them. It's so unfortunate we have such a high rate of children being removed from their home because they're not, and removed from their local school, but we're not. I just don't know where they're reporting all that data. Do you see it? Oh, well, a few people are reporting some of that data with some of the children. I bet you, let's go to the top of the list here. Physical attacks, but can we see who was the culprit? Did they say the colors of the culprit? No, they don't. They don't tell you who doing their terrible deeds. We don't know. But as you can see, the day is Saturday, October the 30th. And let's all understand on this All Hallows Eve that people refuse to do the work. Okay, now they have some other interesting information here. Harassment and bullying, and I always hear this at the board meeting, including the pepper spraying of the youth by the local law enforcement. And where are we living? I could not understand. I mean, I think I would have to go to school every day if I thought my child would be pepper sprayed. And they just wouldn't like me. And I just don't care because I don't give anybody the authority to pepper spray my child. And this is just 2021. Do you get me, boo? Well, maybe you don't. But what can you do when they pepper spray your child? Well, you can file a complaint against the state, because the state has an obligation to rectify situations that are out of control. And I just said, when I went to that board meeting, I said, oh no, y'all don't understand. Y'all ain't working. And then the allegation of sexual misconduct with the former superintendent. And I said, now you see, that's why he's going to walk away with an ass pocket full of money, because you can't sexually harass your individuals that you are guiding, misgovernance who believes that they are higher than the average human being. And I'm sorry to tell you that in 2021, we are all American citizens. Did you not miss the announcement about Juneteenth? Well, I don't want you to miss it, boo. So here we go. Harassment and bullying. Click on the link. Well, let's see where the most harassment and bullying is happening. Got to make the big. This is public information. I just want you to know. Everybody can just go to the Nevada Department of Education, but pretty soon, or you can go to ed.gov and then look into the civil rights data. And that too is linked back to Nevada. So everybody can understand what's going on. So anyways, here we go. Well, let's see what's really happening. Allegations, percentage of harassment, bullying based on race. And you got some 100% there. One of the schools saying, well, we have some problem, but most of these schools say they don't. But I don't know how this one can have 100% at the end. Who was at the end? Oh, because they felt that they were being bullied by their religion. But other people just ain't want to talk about it. One person, however, in this category, religion, orientation, and this one says sexual orientation, national origin. But for the most part, boo, I'm going to tell you, Clark County doesn't seem to have the issues of bullying because they're not reporting that information to the federal government. That means that they're, oh, well, let me wait. Juvenile Detention Center has 100% of this first category. Let's keep going down so we can say where the 100% are. Percentage of allegations of harassment and bullying based on sex. And so, well, I guess there's a lot of sexual misconduct going on in the juvenile detention center. Well, now you've seen this data, and there are other files. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to come back with the early preschool data. I just got to pause this share screen and share another screen. So I'm going to stop this share. And I'm going to go back to the share screen. And I'm going to have to open this up. Can I do that? Oh, let's see. There's some preschool data. Well, let's look at the preschool data, shall we? I got to open it up. Oh, here we go. And I'm going to share the screen. Am I still sharing? It says I'm still sharing. You are sharing. And then we have to go down here. And, oh, well, we can't even see anything. Number one, we got to the title. There's nothing here. We got to go all the way back and then go preschool enrollment and click on that. Voila! Our peanut butter sandwiches. Look who has preschools. Look who's in the preschool. Hispanics are there at that one school. Look, they have some preschools here, some children over here. Hispanics was the biggest group right there. I got to go down. Well, let's just find the Black folks. Well, there are four children in the preschool program. But you know, there got to be some pluses here. There's no new sheet, and this is all they wanted to put out. And so what do they just, let's just look down the Black category, shall we? 4 children, 11 children at this Somerset Academy, and 4 more at this Quest Academy. And let's see, 2 over here, Northside Early Learning, and 7. I'm sure there are 7. I'm sure when we start getting down to the families who have early start access, we're talking about people with some money, because the people with poverty, well, I don't think they're starting school until they're 7 years old. But I have attempted to get the data from Clark County School District in regards to when children start at the age of 7, where they are scoring, because there are so many incidents of willful defiance and behavioral issues. I just gotta say, I'm gonna stop the share of the screen because I don't think I gotta go back, stop this share, And then I got to go back and share the screen again because I got to go back here. And then I got to share this because y'all just need to understand this. It's mandatory that they provide this information to the public. School, what is that? School quality and climate. And that's safety. Let's look at that, shall we? Oh, oh. This is the one. It has some more. Did I do this? I might have already done this. Chronic absenteeism. No, they look like they have more numbers over here. They have more folks that they're talking about. They have more information because this is the data about the money. So they're talking about the absenteeism. But just understand who got issues. Some of these folk got a whole lot of issues. I don't know what the schools are doing that have 84% of absenteeism. I don't. The Black children do. They just don't want to come to school over there, I guess. I don't know how they're reading this data sheet anyway, because there are no grand totals. Oh, well, they have some special ed over here that they're claiming. Mm-hmm. Well, this is more data than you've seen. And let's look over here. Suspension expulsions. Well, no, we back to the zeros. Ain't nobody claiming to lose no babies. Let's find the Black column, shall we? Student with disabilities. Well, they don't do, oh, right here, Black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth category down. They got 33% here, Somerset Academy. And they just keep on, 60% here. Where's that? Blue Diamond. Blue Diamond Elementary School has 60% with children with disabilities. And I mean, come on now. All these other schools, they ain't got no Black children. 100% over here. Rancho High School. All the Negroes over there got some disabilities. Well, I just don't know what they're doing for the children. The 100% suspension expulsion. Arrest and referrals. Incidents of violence and harassment and bullying. I think we looked at that. Let's look. I mean, sheet 1, they have more sheets. They have more sheets with zero data. I mean, why are we paying people all of this money when we cannot find evidence of maintenance? Let's stop this share and go back to my drive. Share. And what else did I download? Let's see. I downloaded the pupil expenditures now. This is going to be interesting. I'm excited. Click on it. Oh, let's see. Per pupil expenditures. Is there a note? There's a note. What does the note say? I don't know how to make it big. I gotta make it big. I'm still sharing, so I guess make it big. There we go. This file is ADA accessible. That's the note. Oh, I love peanut butter sandwiches. This is it, boo. Federal personnel operations. Per pupil expenditures. Per pupil, the federal personal instruction personal instruction. I don't know what that means. But Northside Elementary School got a lot of money. I don't know what this is. I don't know how they do this, but they kind of break up the money per pupil. And then, because somebody mentioned that some of these schools was getting more money than they did last year. And how did that happen? Because they had COVID and so many people were missing. But see, Nevada State High School, Sunrise, 277, 23%, they funded them. And they had zero over here and zero over here. And, I don't know some of these programs. Actually, I'm not from Voice fully funded by Dieter. I don't know what that is. Fully funded by Dieter. But the mere fact is that we don't know who's providing the educational support at the juvenile detention center because they don't claim them children. Instruction, instruction, federal non-personal instruction. But because you have a military base here and a Native American reservation here also, the numbers can be convoluted. But when they were told in what year was that? SB 543. They said that they was putting teachers where the children were not. And where the children were not was in those high areas of poverty. They didn't have competent teachers. And so the failure rates are really there. But when you don't understand how to access information, because this is one nation under God, that means that you are who you believe you are, and you are no more than who you believe you are. And that's just real. So, if you don't do what you should be doing, which is understanding that, what is this? I don't know. Let's see. Let's open it. File open. Can I open it? And let me open it. I gotta go here and I gotta go file. And I gotta go open it. Just open it. Oh, there it is. All the way down there. It's a Word file. That's the problem. Oh, this is California. I don't need to see that. All right, let's see. CRT report. Well, let's see what that is. Critical race theory? I don't know. No, this is the infant death report for California from 1990 to 2009. I swear to God, we as American people, I don't know. You just have to educate yourself. There's just no getting away from understanding that we as American people have an obligation to ourselves. I'm going to stop the share completely, but I'm going to go back to, I was live on Facebook. So I got to go back to my Facebook. There we go. And don't got no followers. I never do, but that's okay. You cannot understand. We all need to understand what in public education for our children. That's not out, that's our. Wish my hands were better. They used to, but they ache sometimes. And so, I'm just going to say, we are not doing what we should do, which would be handling the business and understanding, just what we should be doing. Because where are we doing it at? I've been in Las Vegas and I've been to so many meetings, but the people who are providing services to us refuse to attend and tell us exactly the work that they're doing. That's their obligation. Do you not understand that? I do. And that's why when I look at Black elected officials and, I've talked to them, they pass me in passing, they know exactly who I am. And I know exactly who they are, just like I know who the board members are. And I've seen them in action, but they don't know me personally, and I don't know them personally. But I know what I'm looking at. So when I ask the question, how many African American children have access to Early Start? And where are we discussing that at? As the superintendent was never going to discuss our equal access. Do you get it, Boo? And when I filed a complaint against Clark County, and I filed correctly, they told me I had to have one child, just one child. And I put it out there and I shared my Google Drive with so many people. And it really doesn't matter because people don't like to read. Would rather be told what to do. And that's just not going to happen because everybody has a role to play here. And when I found the data, well, it was just disturbing because the last presentation on disaggregated data in regards to suspension expulsion, African American were 259% higher than any other ethnic group. And I said, well, wow, how does 259% higher than everybody else make sense to me? And it didn't. So, when they closed my complaint, well, I just waited because they didn't let me appeal. And I waited. And then they were found guilty of abusing the babies over there in the juvenile detention hall. And actually, they should have cameras. And actually, they should have an oversight authority that is ensuring that people who are getting paid are actually doing the work, because they're not doing the work. Because when these babies get out of the juvenile hall, well, they're right back in the penitentiary again. It's just like, Snoop had that song. You get out of jail and you go to the pen, and you get out of the pen to go right back into jail again. And that was a song with him and that other black man. And I'll never forget the song, but they don't play it often because they don't want you to think about the shit that you living in. And then Cat Williams was just on it, right? They really don't want us to think about the shit that we're living in. That's how come we had to talk about George Floyd and his mama. Now, why did that man take his life? And we all watched it, and the world was horrified. But then somehow, Black people in America are just supposed to listen to him cry for his mother over and over and over and over. And now we have to understand that we have to go through the personal open trial. I mean, there could have just been state charges against these motherfuckers, against these folk, state charges, because the devastation that we're all going to go through, understanding that they were chasing Black young men who they felt were undereducated and out there stealing and taking from them, even though they pay insurance. And that is what insurance is for. Now, I ain't, supporting people robbing people or people stealing things, but I'm just trying to understand how we're going to continue to pay all these people who are working with our children and not have a say so at the table about our children not getting any of the bread on the table. I mean, it's just real. You go every day, you have to go. It's mandatory. They can put your mama in the jailhouse. They can do some things and they can take you from your family and remove you for not attending school when you make it a choice. So, no, everything is not okay. And I'm not okay. And it doesn't really matter because I understand that most of my people don't understand what they're looking at. And what you're looking at is fraud. And what you have always looked at as fraud, as we are all equal. We are all American citizens. What does citizenship mean to you? So apparently, it don't mean the same thing to you as it means to me. So don't shit on my parade. And that's just real. I'm talking about the children who can't talk at 3 and 4 years old, who have language impediments, and who are constantly in trouble in the schoolhouse, where the parents can't even work a whole day without being called to come get their baby. That's what I'm talking about. Because when classes are overcrowded, we know what we're looking at. Well, we know what we're looking at in 2021 because I've looked everywhere for the public conversation of the ineffectiveness of public education here in Clark County. And there are no public meetings that talk about what I'm talking about. So I'm talking about it. And I'm on my Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I got my anchor program. And you people just need to wake up. And I don't care if you don't think you need to wake up because we're responsible for what happens outside that door. So when you go, you can't tell me. I remember when someone in Sacramento, her daughter was going into a barbershop and left the baby in the car, and the baby was shot because of some shit that was going on in the parking lot. The baby was shot and the baby lost her life. And the devastation to people when they lose people that they love, as if it's not painful for Black people to lose people they love. And I just want to know how much longer is the government going to sanction the murders of our people? for willful defiance because it's a compliance issue. And we have mostly been compliant. We can't be over compliant with you people because what I seen when I watched George Floyd be murdered is him being overly compliant, and the joy and the pleasure of the slave master and the entitled person who knew that he wasn't going to suffer any consequences and then was shocked that he did. You understand the shock? I'm trying to understand the shock factor because Emmett Till was murdered and the state did sanction that murder as they did not step in. The federal government didn't step in either, boo. And the person who made the allegation in the first place, well, it's unfortunate. She'd like some forgiveness because she realizes that she was wrong. Well, in 2021, the word is e pluribus unum, out of many, there's one. But out of one, who will we be in 2021? Because we are not being recognized. Oh, let me take that back. Y'all must have didn't hear like I heard. Snoop Dogg is going to be over there with the Raiders playing the halftime show. And y'all didn't hear the old school things that are going on. And all the Black performers are coming to entertain just as they did way back when they couldn't enter into the front door. Well, the door's been closed for them because they're not looking at the failure of our community either. They're just coming to perform. But thank you very much for the donation because Nevada needs that tax dollar from you so that you can represent that Nevada is paying its fair share because the casino people, they ain't paying as much as the people who are, who are performing here. And if you win some money, goddamn, you're going to pay your 24% of whatever you win. So understand the harvest. And when they would have a harbor program and a haven program, that they don't demonstrate the benefit of the implementation of these services, and I'm sorry. I know where I live. This is America. And if you didn't know it, I'm an American citizen. So the word is, e pluribus unum, out of many there's one, but out of one, there will be none. So who will you be in 2021? Please like, subscribe, and follow me on my podcast, Parent Empowerment Hour on Anchor. Y'all have a great day now.